11. Welcome to 321 No Kiddin. Bobby the Awesome here. Feeling more awesome. I've been up since 3 or 4, which I'm happy because that's the routine I want to be on. I love my mornings, although this whole Queen's Gambit thing on Netflix has got me goofing off a little. Generally, I don't turn on the TV hardly ever, and now I'm watching this dang show. And I just feel like watching TV is such a waste of time unless I'm learning something. Like, I love watching Shark Tank, and I learn something from that just about every time. This show isn't quite a learning show, but luckily it's a short season and I'll get over it. But I'm having a great morning so far. I got my writing in. You know what? I don't know that I've told anybody this, so you get to hear my secret. But I'm writing a recap of my journey. And it's some of it you may have heard as I've learned lessons along the way on the road, but kind of gonna put it all, I don't know, in a package. And it's November, so there's this, I think it's called, I'm going to screw it up, but essentially Novomo or something. It has to do with writing every day for 30 days. And the object is to try to get to 50,000 words. I'm not really participating in the rules, but I am writing every day. And that's something that's important to me. It's become more important to me this last year. And I figured what better way to participate than to capture everything from my journey. I've always beat myself up about not journaling the way I want to journal. So I'm writing about my journey. Who knows? It might be the next best-selling book. We'll see. All right. What do we got today? November 7th. Oi, we're back to one of those names I can't really pronounce. Zechariah Chaffee Jr. says, freedom is not safety, but opportunity. Well, this is going to be fun since I've been talking about freedom a lot in regards to my happiness. Let's see what this says. In early recovery, some of us heave a sigh of relief thinking that the work is over at last, that now we can sit back and take it easy. We may think things will come easily to us now that we've done so much hard work. And then we find ourselves surprised when life goes on around us and it's at its usual hectic pace. Things keep popping up and not always things we like. At this point, some of us would give up. We want life to be safe and calm. We feel we're entitled to sunny days after so much rain. But we can't stop the process of change. Instead, we can view change as an opportunity for growth. Ooh, change and growth. Those are like two of my favorite things. Every situation offers us a challenge, and every challenge offers us the chance to strengthen our recovery muscles a little more. When we feel fearful and timid, we can teach ourselves to be assertive. When we're exhausted, we can learn to care for our bodies so they can carry us in the days ahead. When our lives are too filled with stress, we can learn ways to reduce our load and relax. When we face life this way, we become excited about change. Now we're finding even more peace and serenity as we meet each new challenge with a joyful heart. Today, help me accept change as a part of challenge of recovery. As usual, as most often, the reading is what I needed to hear today. All right, let me dig. Well, first, let me tell you, the reason I say that is because I've kind of this vision of what I want 2021 to look like. And it involves a lot of work and a lot of moving parts. And I've been very excited about like all the revelations I got on my road trip and how I formulated this plan in my mind and what it looks like and how it helps so many people. And the last couple days, as I'm like ramping up and trying to get stuff done, I realized that I have a little fear creeping in about the change, about the challenge. And I'm being very mindful of it and trying to have those conversations in my head. Like, why am I second guessing myself? Why is my faith wavering? And I'm honestly not sure why. I mean, other than it's a big, scary undertaking and responsibility, what I'm going to try to do. But if I truly believe all that I believe, which is I could do anything I put my mind to, everything works out the way it's supposed to, and that everything, like my business perspective is all business is a means to solve problems. And every business could be successful if you find the right way to solve a problem. So maybe you try it 10 different ways and they don't work, but maybe the 11th way does work. And I think life works that way too. We come across things that are difficult and we have ways to handle them. And some ways maybe make it so that we can handle them and move on. And other ways might be stumbling blocks. But if we learn from them, then it's all good and we can conquer life. So it's a pretty simple mentality, but it doesn't stop the emotions from coming in sometimes. I think that it's interesting. The reading says some of us heave a sigh of relief thinking the work is over in early recovery, that we can sit back and take it easy. And wow, like, I don't know. I've never felt that way. I don't know if it's the circles I run in or from treatment or GA or group or what, but I've never thought that it was like I could sit back and take it easy. I've actually thought about and had conversations, like when we first got out, we were having conversations about being in GA 30 years from now or being in a GA meeting. And I just took it for granted that that's the way it would be. And I found it really interesting. Brett's like, yeah, no, I won't be going to GA in 30 years. I don't think he still feels that way. I'm not 100% sure. But it was interesting to me that we had two different perspectives. So I guess maybe he felt that way. Like, no, he did. I don't know. I can't put words into his mouth. But he had worked on his recovery too through other means and, hit the groups that he participated in and trying to take leadership roles in GA. So I don't think he thought it was a take it easy either. So this mentality kind of blows my mind. We may think things will come easily to us now that we've done so much hard work. If it's early recovery, I'm not sure what the hard work, well, I don't want to say that. That's going to come out really wrong. But yeah, there's hard work to actually ending the gambling. But the hard work is really, I think, what comes next. All the digging deep and getting to know ourselves and being honest with ourselves. I mean, how many times have we been tricked? I don't think it's an intentional trick, but our minds think we're doing so great and everything's wonderful. But then there's still, once we start learning some of the other things or what's next, or we experience other challenges. For me, I've learned more than I thought I could learn, or change my thinking or perspective more than I ever thought possible. Now I've just accepted that as a way of life. Like, if I have an open mind, then I'm going to learn things. I actually probably do this to a fault, where I try to look at myself as others may perceive me in case I have shortcomings that I haven't identified. But then that creates some overthinking, and it's really not about how other people perceive us. And for me, I found that people that love me and care about me will tell me my blind spots in a loving and kind way, but they'll tell me my blind spots, and then it's up to me to choose and work on them. We can't stop the process of change. Instead, we can view change as an opportunity for growth. I just love that sentence. I think that's probably one of my mantras as well. We can view change as an opportunity for growth. And I'm going through that change right now. That was part of the trip. That was part of what's coming up as I transition from having a constant salary and flow of income to now my actions are contingent. I don't have the safety of a weekly direct deposit anymore. Now I have to work for every single thing. My choices and my actions will dictate how successful I am and if I can keep a roof over my head. Like, that's just the way it is. So what can I do about that? I can grow and be up for the challenge, which is what it says. Every new situation offers us a challenge, and every challenge offers us this chance to strengthen our recovery muscles a little more. So let's say that I wasn't working on recovery, because I think that recovery really ties into business, and without recovery, I'm not sure I ever would have been brave enough to leave the comfort of a regular job. If I'm honest, if I'm setting my values around people and the experiences, both good and bad, like trying to bring the things that I loved about working for other people into my world, and then trying to fix the things that I didn't love about working for other people into the world. That's one way of growing, because maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Maybe there was reasons for why things happened that I didn't really like or enjoy when I was working for other people. But maybe I need to learn that on my own. And then maybe with learning that comes new opportunities. And because my recovery and my value system is about me getting better, both as a person, as a business person, as a friend, as, whatever I am, a daughter, a partner, whatever those things are. If I was still numbing, if I was still hiding, if I still had my mask on, like we talked about the other day, if I still had all that going on, then I'm not growing, I'm not changing, and I'm not doing better for the world. So I think that recovery goes hand in hand with just life. And I think it's work forever. And you guys know I talk about doing the work all the time. I challenge you guys to do the work all the time. When we're exhausted, we can learn to care for our bodies so they can carry us in the days ahead. When our lives are too filled with stress, we can learn ways to reduce our load and relax. So I think that that's what happened for me the last, week of being sick. Was I wasn't in my routine with vitamins when I was traveling. I ate bad things. I wasn't caring for my body the way that I want to or should. I mean, I was still doing some things. I was walking and biking and trying to get some movement, but I wasn't strong enough to carry myself through when I got back. And, 5 days of basically sleeping and not doing a whole lot of other things was the recharge that I needed. And like today's Saturday. And when I built out my calendar this week for what my future looks like, I block Saturdays off. No business on Saturdays is what I'm going to try to honor. Now, I'm already going to break the rule today because I am going to a conference or a meeting for a couple hours, but it's a personal development meeting. So it's kind of work, but it's kind of personal development and growth, right? I think I'm going to go learn some stuff today. And then ideally tonight, I still can't make up my mind. I really want to go tonight to my friend's house. I'm feeling better. I'm still struggling with not getting my COVID results. I don't think it was COVID, but I'm not a doctor, and I just don't know. I just don't want to put people at risk. This is really a tough decision. I'll have to let you know what decision we make. I feel a little better talking to the host yesterday that the group of seniors that I thought was going to be there is not going to be there. So that makes me feel better. I roamed around Disney and Florida and a lot of my trip with the mask on. So even if I have to go and wear a mask the whole time, maybe that's what I do. But I don't know. I'm having mixed feelings about that. Sorry. Thank you for listening and letting me decompress. Anyway, when we face life this way, we become excited about change. Now we're finding even more peace and serenity as we meet each new challenge with a joyful heart. Today helped me accept change as part of the challenge of recovery. I don't know that it's the challenge of recovery. I think it's one of the gifts of recovery. I think change is just, first of all, it's inevitable, right? So why not embrace it? Why fight it? I don't know what good could come out of fighting it, because we might become frustrated or annoyed or angry or, all those things that we don't want in our bucket. So what's the point? So why not embrace it and love it and feel joy from it? And that's kind of where I'm at in the feeling. So that's my thoughts today. Freedom was one of the first words, right? And if we embrace change, it gives us the freedom to not feel like we're at war with it. Yeah, I think that says it all. Don't you? Maybe not. That's where I'm at. I hope you guys have a beautiful weekend. I will be back with you tomorrow. I'm still playing catch up in the background. I got October 30th recorded. We got a couple more missing days, but I will get you caught up, and I'll be blowing up your phones with the new shows when they get launched out there. So, all right, guys, thanks for being patient with me. I love you. I hope that you